Alright, as you can see, I've done a bit of a refresh here in the office. It's mostly the same, but I did do a massive cleanup and moved things around, so this is what you can look forward to moving forward here on the channel. There's one thing I need to address with my whole office setup here though. There are so many things plugged in, and hitting all of the different switches when I go in and out of my office can be a bit of a chore. Well, that's why we have smart home products, is it not? So let's address that, and a few other additions to the office courtesy of TP-Link, who are the sponsor of this video. Make sure you check out all of the products we're about to cover in this video by checking the link in the description below. TP-Link also provided me with discount codes for everything, so you can snag some awesome deals, and you can find them all down below as well. So hey, it's Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? Using TP-Link products from the Kasa and Tapo lineups, I'm going to smarten up my workplace and make things a little bit easier. I have to first set up the heart of the setup, which is going to be this router right here. This new router, the Archer AXE75, specifically the AXE5400 Wi-Fi 6E router. And here it is. First impressions, this is one serious looking router with plenty of antennae all around and plenty of power underneath all of this design. Now, one thing I should note, a router like this is actually perfect for my work office because it's one big space where I have everything connected, from my phones to my computers to my smart home products. And TP-Link also have a line of deco mesh Wi-Fi systems that includes a mesh router setup with additional Wi-Fi nodes that work together to cast strong Wi-Fi throughout a larger home, a multi-level home, or garage. And I'm sure it works really well, but for my purposes, this is more than enough to take advantage of the fiber internet that I thankfully have in my office. Another great detail here is the price point. Available for just $199.99, that makes it one of the most affordable Wi-Fi 6E routers on the market. I just mentioned it, Wi-Fi 6E, which is a new frequency that helps alleviate any of the feedback or congestion that might get in the way. Wi-Fi 6E works with the same standard as Wi-Fi 6, but it has an extended spectrum, so everything that is going to be connected wirelessly to this won't have any issues. Moreover, it is a tri-band implementation of Wi-Fi 6E, so there is plenty of bandwidth to go around at speeds of up to 5400 megabits per second. Now, unlike existing bands on which channels are currently crammed into a limited spectrum, 6 GHz band exists without any overlap or interference. Having access to Wi-Fi 6 GHz frequency brings more bandwidth, faster speeds, lower latency, and it opens up the resources for things like AR and VR, 8K streaming, and more. Now, as you can probably see, my router location is just over the actual modem that gets me my fiber internet, so it's just a matter of plugging in and getting the Ethernet cable plugged into the right place. And then the setup is super easy with the Tether app, which guided me through the whole process and let me go through some of the main settings like setting the SSID, the password, and any restrictions I might want to have on my internet usage. If you do have this router set up in a home with some little ones, you can actually set the limits to the devices and to the content that might be accessed on them. And for added protection on the internet, the router comes with built-in security via the TP-Link Home Shield. So there is a little more added peace of mind when you want to ensure that no one is accessing what they shouldn't be on your personal networks. Now, another thing I have to do for my office is make sure it's safe and secure. TP-Link actually makes security cameras that you can use alongside all of the other items that we're about to talk about, so you can keep an eye on things and make sure that they're safe. Enter the Tapo Indoor Pan-Tilt Camera. For a really affordable price, you can get a camera that not only monitors and records, but it can actually move around, as you can see here, so that you can get a proper view of the entire area wherever you need it. With a 2K resolution and an IR sensor for viewing things at night, the Tapo Indoor Pan-Tilt Camera can also move 360 degrees horizontally and 114 degrees vertically, making it so that I can put the camera in one place and then still get full coverage in the office. If I roll the tilt all the way up, you'll see that there is an SD card slot here, a micro SD card slot, which will store all of the recorded footage. However, you can add another layer of protection by subscribing to the Tapo Care service, which will store up to a 30-day video history in the cloud so that you have another place to access any of the video that you need to check out. And with person and motion detection, the camera will alert me via the app if anything is happening in the office while I'm away. And if need be, a microphone and speaker combo in the camera would let me communicate with whoever might be on camera. It's a bit of peace of mind that is always good to have, especially with the kind of operation that I run. Now here's one for a little bit of extra decor. I've actually never used light strips before, but TP-Link hooked it up with the Tapo Smart LED light strip. With the new setup for my videos, I think there is one place where I can put it to good effect, and I think you've been seeing it already in the background right over there. I lined it up in the cabinet here so that the light can actually add a little bit of extra ambiance to the video. And you know what? These can just add a little bit of fun to pretty much any setup. With up to 1000 lumens of brightness and 50 different customizable color zones, this light strip can really brighten up or just bring a splash of color to any setting. And it has all of the same smart capabilities as the other products. Control via the app or via the smart home assistant of your choice, including using your voice. Now, it's just going to bring some decor in my office, but if you were able to get this set up as the backlighting of something like your TV or home entertainment setup, you can actually get it to sync to the sound of whatever you're hearing, which is pretty dope. That is done using the Tapo app, which will listen to the ambient sound in your surroundings and make the light dance accordingly. And finally, this light strip is IPX4 rated, so if you're looking to use this in an environment like a kitchen, it can take some wayward splashes from time to time and still keep going. I think it adds a little bit of ambiance to the background of my videos, don't you think? As you can imagine, having a 3-camera setup here for everything that you see on this channel, the monitor, the switcher, and the light, means that I have plenty of stuff to turn on when I get in and get down to work. It's always a bit of a ritual to get everything up and running, but automating all of this can be really useful. The typical solution has been to put like small smart plugs on the power strip that I use for everything, but there's an even more elegant solution, and that is to make the actual power strip itself smart. And that means that we have the Kasa Smart Wi-Fi Power Strip. I'm actually using the Kasa Smart Wi-Fi Power Strip right now to power everything here, so let's go through some of the features in the actual context that I would use it for. See, this can be a game changer if you want more control, not just over the whole group of items, but per item on the strip itself. That's right, each of the 6 plugs can be individually controlled using the Kasa Smart Home app, or combined if you want to turn on or off multiple things at once. And of course, there are the usual protections that a power strip like this should provide, like surge protection, but you can also monitor the amount of energy that each plug is outputting so you know what is actually making your power bill go up every month. Now, for a few extras, the Kasa Smart Wi-Fi Power Strip also includes a few USB ports so that you can charge things like smartphones or smaller items. You can see here in the app that I can take control of any of the plugs, which I label to make sure I know what is what. Also, there are buttons on each of the plugs so you can actually reach over and turn off things one by one if you need to. I mean, sometimes I want to keep something charging or I want to keep something on even if I'm not in the office. And finally, like with any good smart home product, the Kasa Smart Wi-Fi Power Strip can be controlled with any favorite voice assistant, making it easy to use one's voice to control anything needed. But I'm not neglecting the smaller, perhaps simpler Kasa Smart Plug Mini. This is still really useful for those things in my office that are like in their own corners or just things that I need to turn on and off on demand. Great example, the lamp at the far end of my office that I use to light the office but usually turn off when I want to film. An even better example, the grow light over the 2 plants that are inside of my office. These are as simple as it gets. You plug something into one side and then you plug this into power. Use the same Kasa Smart Home app in order to set it up, and then use the app to switch it on or off, or connect it to something like Google Home for another place to control it either with a button or with one's voice. They also have a HomeKit compatible plug as well. You can see that TP-Link have you covered in a lot of different ways, so if you find yourself needing a different way to achieve the same smart home capabilities, you have plenty of choices. And so, there you have it, a full suite of smart home products that are available all from TP-Link. From smartening up the plugs to actually getting some colorful light-up decor to actual home or office security cameras, TP-Link have you covered in a lot of different ways with various products. I want to thank TP-Link for helping me with this office project and for sponsoring this video. Remember, check the link and discount codes in the description below so that you can check out all of these products for yourself. And honestly, for their prices, it's really easy to get a little bit of smart into your home or office thanks to TP-Link. Alright, and with all of that, I'm going to go ahead and call it on this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and enjoy your tea, everybody.